my channel is Southeastern Soul Tribe. There is some new information that I have updated on the About section. And my new email address is on there. So you guys can go into the About section of my channel and click on that if you want to send me an email, if you're looking for reads. I am working in partnership with Miriam Kramer with a K at Point Your Compass, and so um, you'll see some new developments coming from that, and I'm excited because she's created a great opportunity for me, and so just wanted to let you guys know that. Feel free to message me and know that in your reads today, remember, keep what resonates for you and leave the rest, okay? All right, let's start with Aries. Let's give Aries a whirl here. What's been going on for Aries in romance and love? Love and romance for Aries. Show us the recent past. Recent past for Aries. Anything else for Aries? The recent past. All right, Aries. I don't know if it's you or the person that you've been dealing with. But I'm seeing where either you or somebody that maybe you went out one night, you met somebody new, and they come out of a toxic situation or a toxic partnership of some kind. It's looking like it was pretty bad, like, something went down. So I don't know if this is you, Aries, or if this is the person you're dealing with. Whoever this was and whatever happened, had grown a slow affection for you or the person you're dealing with. But however, there was some toxicity involved. And that's a lot to come from. Seems like it was pretty tumultuous. I want to see on this Eight of Wands, what is this? It's being communicated here. Who did that? How's Aries feeling now? Aries, it looks like that was really rough for somebody in the past. And in the current energy right now, it looks like that things are starting to settle down. But you are thinking back a little bit on the time that was spent here. Um, I think it's more the time that maybe you spent working on relationships as a whole, because it looks like that everything got off to a pretty good start. Um, Love came to the table pretty fast, and then it's like you just found out that somebody was doing something that was toxic, or you noticed toxic behavior, and it just crashed everything. And then you receive this communication, fast communication, it looks like. And it could have happened at work, or something to do with working, but it looks like it's starting to balance out. What advice does Aries have? What's Aries looking to do? Trying to have strength, okay. You may be dealing with a Leo, or you may be dealing with a Capricorn. Let's see. Oh, okay. Somebody here was definitely looking for a higher level of commitment, for sure. Trying to get stability, because it looks like there had to be a lot of passion involved here, and the stability was a little bit rocky, and that probably caused. It's feeling like the communication had a lot to do with revolving around stability more than anything, and that it's caused something to happen. And but you're getting it back together, maybe not necessarily the relationship, but it looks like you're gaining some foothold. What's coming up that Aries might not be seeing? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and in my pre-shuffle, I I wasn't a big fan at all of the cards that came out in my pre-shuffle, but I can tell you now, after looking at the whole story, that with this here, I mean, that's some lessons learned from this, but you have to look at it in a more positive way, Um, and I'll tell you how. Yes, the wheels turned here for you, Aries, or for somebody that you're dealing with. But I was just reading last night, in a book, and it pointed out the fact that sometimes we go through things, and you wonder why it's happening to me. And you hear this over and over on channels. People will say, well, uh, it happens for me, not to me. That's true, though. Everybody does say it, but there is truth in that saying, because what it's hard to understand when you're on the inside of something like that. It's very hard for you to just turn around and say, hey, if I hadn't gone through that, this would come. Because what I'm seeing in the cards here that you may not see coming is, yes, the lesson was hard to learn, but the pinnacles go up. Like there's 10 of Pentacles, it's happiness here. So you're going to be able to look back on this, and you're going to say, that happened for me. Now, this could be work, or I asked for it to be a love reading, but you have to be thoughtful about how you go forward. But it's a time of reflection to go back in and take a look and see, how you might have been able to learn from this situation. Let's see here. Put some oracles. Let's see if we can get a little further where this is supposed to be going for Aries. Yeah, and take care of your emotional health, you know. I mean, that was before the card flipped out, but I was sitting here looking at pay attention to your health. A lot of people think that you need to pay attention to your health. Yeah, you know, exercise and all that stuff, but what about your emotional health, you know? And that's a place that you can go. Understand that, yeah, you went through something over here. There was some big commitments on the line. And the Aries that I'm talking to today is either dealing with somebody that's in that scenario or something. So everything is smooth sailing. Remember I said right here on the other side of this, you know, you've got the Six of Swords here, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. And those are good card combination, you know. Yeah, it says you're coming out of something you've been through, but it's on the upside from there, because in previous, you know, there's 3 right there, and then the Pentacles are at 7, so you're starting to maintain hold. So maybe getting that away from you, you know, helped. It says beneath the surface lies great bounty. All right, now that right there makes perfect sense for what I was just saying, because yes, you are uncovering a treasure. So while this might have hurt, what you went through here, beneath the surface lies great bounty. So what does that tell you? That means look inside and see what you can take away from that scenario. Pull some tea leaf cards. Thanks to Miriam. She has these cards, but boy, are they hard to hang on to. They just want to jump out of my hands because they're round and little. Hold on. I have one off the floor. Let's see here. Moon. Changes in your life, I'd say so, right? That's a pretty big change in that reading. Dealings or relationships with an older woman. Plenty of material things. So you have what you need, you know, and that if it's talking about material things and you're afraid of breaking away from a relationship because of, you know, or something fell through and it's going to put a damper on your pocket, that may happen, but it'll put it in consideration, you know, what you have, which is a good thing, because you can always find somebody that's got less, you know. And dealings or relationship with a man, so maybe I'm talking to a female Aries today or somebody who has feminine energy. We all have both, okay, before anybody gets mad about that. All right, anything else from the tea leaves for Aries? Oh, you got one out of that one. Compliments from an admirer. So you may have somebody new coming in, if I went further with it. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. That could be what you were dealing with over here. You know, could be. And that's enough to make you say, hey, let me rethink this, you know. And you listen to your intuition, and it'll tell you which way to go with that. All right, let's see. I love the fact that that's coming together at the end there. So let's see if there's advice cards for Aries. There we go. Music is essential to your healing and well being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. And let go of your fear and know that you're safe and protected at all times. So I believe that. I believe you're absolutely protected. Um, because sometimes even those things that you go through like that, you know, you needed to go through it. So that is a form of protection, actually. And some people don't want to think about it that way, but it's a good way to help your mind, straighten up. So, and think straight. All right, that's all I got for you, Aries. Until next time, thank you so much. All right, let's get to Leo now. See what's going on for you Leos out there. How was your Leo season this year? I know that's been a while back, but can you believe this year's almost over, Leo? It's almost Christmas time. All right. Let's take a look at Leo. Who's the past in love and relationships with Leo? Who's the past with Leo? Recently, it looks like there was a change in a relationship of some kind, Leo, for sure. A solid offer of some kind came in. And the truth is, it's somebody that you are very excited about working with. It's somebody that came in out of a, a situation. Like, let's see, what is this person going through? Mm. Looks like it had to do with somebody that came in that maybe they'd either lost a job or something like that. Now, this don't feel very romantic to me. It feels more like a family scenario, you know, like it's more like, okay, so one of your kids that had already moved out, right? And they're probably young, I mean, old enough to be adults, but out of the house is what I'm seeing. And they came back and you thought they were doing good. It's one of those scenarios where, dang, honey, babe, like, I thought the last one had left the house and we were empty nesting and now we're not. That's exactly what I see. Leo, what's going on in your house? Let's see. They're empty nesting, huh? Oh, yeah. Are they? That's you. That's you, Leo. Okay. So we're talking about you here. You. Are you having to go back home and live with mom and dad? So this is either that I'm actually seeing two things here. So I'm seeing one Leo that is like college student age or whatever, and they've gone out and they were doing good on their own, and now they've come back home. They've come back home. And the other scenario is you're the other person in the party. You're the parent, and you had a kid to come back home, or somebody moved back in. It's something like that. You're on the fence about it, though. So one party here is on the fence about that, wishing that somebody's like, didn't you have anywhere else to go? It's kind of one of those things, like we almost did it. We almost got free, or some parents aren't that excited about their kids coming back home after they empty nest. Now, then some of them are. But if that's the scenario, or oh yeah, look here, there's that remembering how it used to be. Yeah. So if you're this person and you like got out there and your first try you did pretty solid, and then something happened, you know, and now you're getting by, and so you move back in with mom and dad. And it feels good, you know, for you. What about mom and dad here? Or the other party? They say rest. You gotta rest a little bit, but you better get to work fast. Yeah. Mm. Oh, okay. What do we do about that? Okay. There was some conflict, or somebody's putting a lot of pressure on somebody to like speed up the process. I don't know if that's getting a job or what. It looks to me like it is. But maybe somebody come home and what's okay. I know what it is. You realize that, so somebody in this scenario has gone, come back because they faced a time that I'm seeing somebody right here who has come home. They got a lot of confidence though from going out there like that. You did. Or you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but you're coming home to get your stability back because you want something else that's going to make you happy, and you know it. You know that. What's coming in for Leo? New offer. Why afraid? A lot of fear here. About what? So there's some fear here. There's fear on both sides, actually. I mean, there's fear from one aspect of you, you know, if you take it this specific offer that's coming in, is it going to be the thing that makes you happy? What's any advice here for Leo? Work on stability. There's a lot of Virgo energy here when it comes to this right here. I feel like this is about a mom and dad relationship, um, and a teenager or a young adult coming home. And I don't know which one of you is watching, cross watching or whatever, but I'm seeing that there is a scenario, and sometimes what it feels like to me is one person is putting a lot of pressure on themselves to hurry up and get back out there because you made it happen before, and it may be coming from an outside energy that's putting a lot of pressure on you in this scenario to hurry up, but it's the right thing to do from a standpoint of taking care of yourself. And I believe you're coming to realize that, or one of the parties are coming to realize that, hey, getting my stability back is the thing to do, and looking into what my dreams are. There's two very good dreams of happiness, cards here that signify to me a lot of happiness and dreams coming true, or things that you've maybe prayed about or something like that. And you know, in order to get to that, there's steps to take, you know, and I'm seeing you take those steps and you're getting a little pushback for it. But that's making those relationships work and leaning on the people that are in your network so that you can. Leaning on is different than stepping on, you know, and that's what I see you doing, which is the right thing, Leo. And the advice here is to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're building, it's going up from here. The King of Pentacles is over here right on top with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, and that just means, I mean, not only is there happiness here, and you're looking into what your truth is. You know, the truth is that whatever's going on over here fell through, yes. And you had to come back home, but you did it for the right reasons. And it's going to work out just fine, because look at these two cards on the deck. You've got, I mean, what a thing. I mean, that's Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups right together on the bottom of the deck. I mean, that's a beautiful reading. So while I see up here, there's a little conflict that's going on, but it's not going to be, that's not even going to be a thing. It's really not. And that's awesome. Let's get these oracles here and see where this is going for sure. I'm using these a little bit different this time. Like the last few readings, I've pulled these before I pull the tarot, and I noticed that it just changes it up a little bit different. It makes the message a little bit different if you read after that. So let's see if there's any of these messages for Leo. Everything is smooth sailing. Reflect and redirect your energy. Yeah, so when you start feeling or putting pressure on yourself here, that I'm seeing, you know, with the little conflict, you're going to go through that because you stood on your own, you know, or if you're the other party here, you know, just have a little patience, because the kid came back home, you know, if that's you, but they've got the bigger picture in mind. They're doing the right thing here, you know, and you just want to show them love with respect of their boundaries and all that. It's a whole new ball game when that happens. When they leave and actually come back after they've stood on their own, that's different, you know. I mean, it's not going to be the same as before they moved out to go to college, you know, and that stuff. You know, that's not they've already done a little bit of adulthood, you know. Get ready for new horizons, it says. So I'd say so if you got somebody coming back. One of the kids, boomerangs is what they call them. You know, the things you throw out there and they just turn around and come back at you. Oh Lord, I saw a really bad accident with one of those one day in the park, and that day it wasn't funny at all. But I can't imagine getting hit in the face with one of those boomerangs. Well, these are the tea leaf cards, and they just slipped out of my hand there. Let's see. How about for Leo? Messages for Leo. It says, chair empty. Someone leaving your life. They did leave, didn't they? And you got the Lily card. Spiritual love, yes. Spiritual love and heart. Great happiness. It's a good time for somebody to come home. Like if that just happened and it's the holidays, you know. Well, you come home for the holidays. And you might stay a little bit longer. Maybe. I like those cards. Spiritual love. That's true, isn't it? When it's between us. But that's the best kind of love. You know. I was just having a conversation today. We was talking about, you know, sometimes we go through in relationships and looking for partners and stuff and all the other extras that come with having a partner of the opposite sex, you know. But half the time what you're really looking for is companionship and somebody that cares about you. And that other stuff, it just kind of goes by the wayside because you get fulfillment from something that's so much deeper, you know. And that's what family's for when they're operating in the right way, you know. That a person that can go and come back like that and be comfortable with it, even if they do face a little bit of conflict, those are lucky people. And some people don't realize how lucky they are. Control your anger or you will be sorry. I'd say so. If you're the parent and you know, hey, they done adulted and come back, right? So they ain't going to be the same. And so control your temper when those days come, because they will. Pay attention to your health. I promise you won't go mentally insane while having to go back home. Let's see. Time to get out of a situation. Yeah, you had to do that if you were the one that had to leave. New job or career, I'd say so, especially if mom and dad live further out or your mom and dad and the kids coming from somewhere else. All right, chain of events that will affect your life. And that's probably true too, you know. I mean, this is a big change. It's a big change not only at work, but it's a big change at home and in the family dynamic. But it is going to be better, according to this. So, that's very important. That was a good read, Leo. Very good read. And now it's time to move on to Sag. Let me get these cards up, though. All right. Let's get a read for Sagittarius. Happy birthday, Sagittarius, by the way. All you Saggies out there. My Uncle Dan was a Sagittarius. He was a little man, but he sure was a lot of fun. He taught me a lot. He taught me how to graft fruit trees when I was 10. That's a cool process if you guys ever look into that, by the way. You use wax to do that. And you got to cut it a certain way and put those fruit trees together. He would combine different types of like apple trees and different fruit trees, you know, different types of apples together and make a hybrid. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius. in love and relationships. For Saggy, love and relationships. What's going on with Sagittarius? Love and relationships. You guys get to share your birthday with Christmas and New Year's. Won't be long, it'll be Capricorn though. Which day is that? I have to look. I didn't even think about that. Alright, for Sagittarius. Sorry if my shuffling's too loud. I need to get a cloth for this. Oh, I'll have to do that very soon. Alright, recent past for Sagittarius. What's going on in love and relationships for Sagittarius? Alright, let's see what this is going on. What is happening? Right away, I see a Taurus and a Gemini. And then there's Sag. And it just like hit me as soon as I put these cards out that those were actual people. Like over here, it's just like that. It's exactly how it is. So there was either a Taurus, either it was an actual Taurus that or it's a Pisces. I believe it's a Pisces. Or okay, so there was a marriage or some higher level of commitment. It could be a church, teacher, something like that. Somebody in hierarchy. Is feeling really, really like somebody stabbed somebody in the back over something. And over here on this side, somebody communicated about this in not a great way, I'll say. And now they're kind of backpedaling. Yeah. Somebody's backpedaling on the words they say. I hope this is making sense because at first I was thinking this was two separate energies, two separate people. And it still could be. I mean, you may, in a way, I am seeing two stories, but at the same time, I'm seeing how it blends in as one. So, I mean, there's a ton of you guys out there, so I may be picking up on 2 or 3 stories. But I see a higher level of commitment, a big judgment call made because somebody got really hurt or they felt betrayed in some way. I see a lot of communication, or, communication about, hey, this was a choice that was made, you know, and I thought it was the right choice. I made a commitment to it, you know, and now you're saying you won't even look at it anymore. You're not even going to look at it. You just want them to hurry up and decide, or hurry up and be better about, what you did. You're saying I'm sorry, or somebody's apologizing. What was that? What is this Ten of Swords up here? What was that? Okay. But what? And what? So somebody was looking at other options, and there was a betrayal there, and there was a feeling of betrayal, but you learned the truth. And once you did learn the truth, you felt, and you wanted to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, you learned from that, because and having to have patience. Yeah. So if this is love and relationships, essentially, somebody came home and said, no, I had the option to do this, or I'd like us to look at doing something different, I don't want to be committed over there to that anymore. And I'm not saying it's like a divorce or something. What I'm saying, it could be, hey, I want to change jobs, honey. It could be that. Or it could be somebody being really honest and coming home and saying, hey, I'm not happy over here. Or I'm feeling left out. I'm not feeling like I'm part of anything. And it's had me to start looking around elsewhere. It's making somebody feel stabbed in the back, like they're having to have a lot of patience. But whoever this is having the patience, I mean, that's really good, because yeah, you have the patience. Okay, hold on, let me look at this. Okay. Deciding whether to leave, to stay or leave. Tower. Sometimes you, either direction that you go, the Tower might just happen anyway. And it has to, though. But what I want you to look about is the Tower. Is sometimes it has to fall down in order to build it up stronger, And it may be leaving a job. It may be changing homes. It don't look like it. It looks like it's something you've committed to, or one party is more committed to it than the other. But you're having a conversation about it. It's just a fast conversation. A little bit of deception in something. What's deceptive here? Somebody keeps bringing up the topic, and the other person wants it dropped. They want this topic dropped. Yeah, they just want to work together and it to be leveled out. No more conflict. What's the advice that you would have? What's the advice, Spirit, for Sagittarius? Slow and steady wins the race, but it will, yeah, see, there's a lot of support here. Yes, and see, it will come together. Whatever this is, it will come back together. because right here at the bottom of the deck, you got the Two of Cups here. You know, yeah, and commitment, full on commitment there. See what I'm talking about? The Four of Wands with that. Yeah, decision made. So you got to give credit when somebody is straight with you, and then it's up to you to decide if you can live with the new thing, you know? Knowing that, can you make the relationship work is the question. I can see Sagittarius here. You're in your own reading. I also see fire signs in general. So that to me, that's just you again. And I feel like there's a lot of love here. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and Libra's on the table. And a hint of Gemini, maybe. Somebody with a little Gemini in there. And Scorpio. That's the signs you may be dealing with on this. Let's see what this oracle says for you guys. Communication is key on these, you know, when you're in a scenario like that. Because not everybody is going to come and say, hey, I got a problem, right? They're just going to jump up and, you know, just go to the next thing. And then leave you standing there holding the bag. At least they're admitting it and then making it something that can be worked through, Sag. Especially since it's your birthday. Who wants to go through crazy on your birthday, right? Where's this going for Sagittarius? Yeah, you can navigate through that. Just do what makes you happy. Stay the course, which is these cards down here. Yeah, if you stay the course and just, you know, consider, because it's not going to be all, you know, it probably won't be the same after you guys have that discussion, but it will be good and it will work out good in a different way. Yeah. Walking Beauty, basically have the confidence, you know, keep your confidence that the right thing, that it will pan out, even though some of the information you got wasn't real savory. Didn't make you feel that good, right? Animal Oracle for Sagittarius. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and around you. So what that tells me is they told you about it, you know, and go ahead or know that there's honesty in the situation here. They were upfront about it. Now it's up to you. But pay attention to your emotions about it. You know, don't ignore them. Because if you carry that around, that's heavy too, and then that'll keep you from being able to move past that scenario in any case, you know. These are the tea leaf cards. Let's see what's here for Sagittarius and the tea leaves. Miriam let me borrow these, and I just love them. They just like to slip out of my hands easy. And there's a lot of them. All right. Kangaroo here. Unsettled times. Need to plan ahead. Yeah. It is unsettled if somebody comes in and tells you some news that wasn't exactly the best thing, but the good thing is you're working on the relationship. Romance, celebration, party. I hope so. It's your birthday and it's Christmas time and all that jazz. And New Year's. I mean, so if you can get through this through the New Year's, you'll do fine. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Yeah, keep your confidence up. You know, sometimes that's a hit to the ego, whatever's going on over here. I don't live your all's life, so I don't know what that is, but you can kind of put it together from what I'm saying. News of a birth and a new business opportunity. Maybe somebody's preggers. And great passion. Yes, I'm sure that whole thing is great passion. And then sometimes getting news like that might just make the passion. Remember, passion can be interchangeable. It can either be great love or a feeling of hate. And I hope nobody has experienced that. An exciting event, I'd say so. But romance is in the air. That's a good one. We'll stop on that one right there. So, Sag, that was your reading. I hope it made sense to you. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, fire signs. Please go to the About section, and pretty soon you'll see updates, post of, you know, uh, new website. Hopefully, get that stuff going on. So you'll notice a lot of changes on there, and you can go there to request readings. And pretty soon, we'll be able to just click right on a thing, and it'll take you straight into the calendar. So be watching for that. Thank you so much. Go check out Point Your Compass with Miriam Kramer. You can catch that for just $7 a month over on Patreon. And like, share, and subscribe on my channel. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.